Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Stepdle puzzle. On this day in 1922, the cartoonist Charles M. Schulz was born. Most famous, of course, for creating the Peanuts cartoons. And so to mark this occasion, I'm going to be using some characters from his comic strips as my starting guesses. Starting with Pelt, because Lucy and Linus Van Pelt are characters. And Pelt gives me a green P and an E. What a day to start with the word pelt. Now, there's probably a few other things it could be, but pear is definitely shouting at me. Or we get the A. I'm thinking a K. I don't even know if there's any other options for that last letter now. Peak is correct. We've hit a peak of 3. Right. Can we do just as well on the 5-letter word? We're going to start, of course, with the most famous character. One of the most famous characters. Charlie Brown. And that gives me the first 2 letters as well. What are the odds of that? Right. The A and the R that we tried in the second guess just above. Let's go for an EA sequence as well. We'll try bread. Ah. The E is going to be at the end then, isn't it? Because we're going to need a vowel to go third. Can't be bride. Or brine. Brute, perhaps? That's gonna be an I then, isn't it? But bride and brine have both been ruled out. That's why I went for the U instead. What on earth is this word gonna be? A duplicated B, perhaps? Oh, that is a tricky one. I would definitely have gone for brine and bride first if I hadn't already ruled out those 2 letters. Got a bit lucky there. Could have wasted a few guesses. But we didn't. So we can move on to Snoopy. He probably is the most famous character. But I'm not sure this is going to be an acceptable word. It might be capitalised. Oh, it is accepted. He is a beagle, so I would have gone for beagle if I wasn't allowed to go for Snoopy, but we're not going to do that because we were able to go for Snoopy. Let's test stable, because this has got the B-A-L and E in from beagle. Wow. I'm glad I couldn't go for... I'm glad I could go for Snoopy, so I didn't have to go for beagle after all. Right. Well, we're going to have to use the I or the U then, aren't we? Struck. Oh, we've struck green with that. Ironically, beagle would have given me worse. I'd have got 6 greys. That would have been worse than Snoopy. Was not expecting that. Right, well, we will end, of course, with Peanuts, the name of the comic strip. This gives me some good letters, and 5 out of the 7 of them are correct. That is a great start. We've got the green first 2 letters again. We got green at the start of all of our guesses. We managed to guess the first correct letter right every time. That is incredible, isn't it? But does it help me here? I mean, it really should. We've got 5 letters. But do I know a word that uses all of them? All I can think with the N and the S is pensive. But we can't go for that because we have to use the the A somewhere. And it can't be penance because that uses a C rather than an S. So this might grind to a halt a bit here, annoyingly, because I feel like I should be able to get this on the second guess. But I don't know how common this word is, so I don't know how long I'm going to be sitting here trying to think of it. Persman. I don't know. With the A-N, it just looks like it should be an M-A-N ending, but that feels very unlikely, because then we're running out of positions for the S. Personal would be a great shout if it was an 8-letter word. N-A-L ending is definitely plausible, but then we have to fit the S in there somewhere, so maybe that's not going to happen. I don't think we're going to be able to fit the S in that sequence, are we? It's the ending from Arsenal, but of course it's clearly not Arsenal because we've got to use for PE. And it can't be penalty, speaking of Arsenal, because we have to use the S. I don't think we're going to be able to fit the S in if it's an NA sequence. It could be NS, that's what I was thinking earlier with pensive. But I don't know what I'm going to do with the A. It can't even be pension, because that's spelt without an A. So, what are we going to do? Pensard? That's not a word, is it? Pensac? I don't think any of these are going to be correct, but I was kind of hoping that one of them would be accepted, because at least then I'd get a bit more information about where the N and the A and the S are in the word. Because I really feel like I should be able to get this on the next guess, but if I can't, I want to at least make sure I can get it in 3. What ends this word? A-N? Pelican, again, would be a great shout if we didn't have to use that S. Persimmon is way too long and doesn't use an A. I don't know what is going on. I might just have to go for something that is definitely not correct just to get some more information. How annoying. I really don't like doing that. Oh, it could be an ing ending, but then we would have to have the S and the A in 3rd and 4th, which is not going to work. So it's not going to be an ing ending. Okay, we've got that out of the way. Oh dear. Persona, if it's not personal, it's just the same word with the last letter taken off. That's always how it works. I did get it in 2 after all. That is good. That makes me happy. So we had 8 guesses left. That is a pretty quick one. 3, 4, 3, 2. Only 12 total guesses for the 4 of them. Pretty happy with that performance. Obviously we got a bit of luck getting greens at the start of all of the words, but there was still a lot of thought that had to go on there. So I think, thank you if you watched this far. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That is the Stepdle puzzle. Thank you for watching, and now go and eat some peanuts. Or read some peanuts. Bye for now.